A nomadic herdsman has been severely assaulted and left with head wounds in a fresh attack Sunday evening on Fulanis by some natives of Bagurugu in the Karaga district of the northern region. 27-year-old Jibril was at a barbering shop in the community when a man armed with a spanner appeared and started attacking him with the object. The victim said the man, identified as Mahabla, hit his head multiple times with the object and told him he was attacking him for being a Fulani. Here is the account of the victim and that of an eyewitness. Apologies for the low sound quality there. Well, my colleague Ilyasu Tanko joins us on the phone with more. Ilyasu, can you just tell us what this victim was saying actually led to his head injury? Hello, Ilyasu.
Hello.
Hello, Ilyasu. Can you kindly tell us what the victim was just saying there about what led to his head injury?
Well, the victim had visited a local barbering saloon, and he said he was there when a man appeared and armed with a spanner and started to beat him with that wooden or metal object. He said when he questioned the man why he was attacking him, he said he was just attacking him because he's a Fulani man, and they have had issues with them some 2 weeks ago, and so he's just attacking him for being a Fulani man. That's according to the victim there.
Ilyasu, tell us, in the visuals we can see policemen, and we know that the Fulani welfare group was also in the community. Tell us if they were there exactly at the time of this attack and what they've been saying.
Yes, so the organizations that were in the village yesterday to present relief items to the victims. And so while the ceremony was ongoing, the victim came to the grounds and reported that he had been attacked by one Mahabla. And so the police commander was at this particular event. So quickly he stormed the residence of this attacker. And in the clip there, you can see the police officer entering to the house of this suspected attacker. And by that time, we're told that he had already fled the area. And so the police commander, ASP Bismarck John, he was addressing the crowd there, and he was urging them to remain calm, that the police were going to do whatever it takes to bring those who attacked the village some 2 weeks ago. They were going to bring them to face justice. He was in the process when this particular person came to announce that he was attacked. And so the police officer was angered by this particular incident, and then he went to the scene to immediately arrest the attacker, but then he had already fled the community.
Tell us what the mood in the area there is at the moment, Ilyasu, because we know that the community, the Fulani community that was attacked some 2 weeks ago, members of the community were left stranded. They didn't have a place to stay. Is that the situation at the moment? Is this still the situation?
Exactly. Even though since the incident there have been, organizations giving them relief items, but the concern really is that the people are still displaced. They do not have any place to sleep, and you can imagine we are in the raining season. Yesterday, when we were in the village, the rain came, and you see the people lashing around. All their houses have been burnt. And also what is currently happening is that the chiefs, the local authorities in the area, and then also the district chief executive officer of that particular area. They are now trying to know exactly what is going on in the community. As we speak, yesterday, immediately after the attack, the chief of Tamalugu summoned an emergency meeting trying to understand exactly what is going on, because this thing happened some 2 weeks ago, and there have been several efforts to prevent reoccurrence. But yesterday, we witnessed another attack. So as we speak right now, the chief and his elders are trying to understand exactly what the issues are. And the chief also promised that he's going to report this particular matter to the overlord of Dagon, because he believes that where the situation is escalating to very dangerous ground.
So what's happening now? Earlier we heard from the national representative of the Fulani Welfare Group, who said they were trying to reach the NADMO boss in the northern region to try and get relief for these displaced persons. Are you able to give us any updates on that?
Well, there seems to be some widespread anger among the Fulanis in that area, and their anger directed at the national director of the NADMO, the National Disaster Management Organization, Abu Ramadan, and also the office of the second first lady, the second lady. And they are saying that since the incident happened some 2 weeks ago, they have been trying to reach the offices of these two authorities for them to get them relief items, at least a zinc for the people to re-roof their buildings. But that has not been, very successful. According to Alhaji Musa Bari, he's a general secretary of the Tabital Pulaku group. He and the member of parliament for the area have consistently visited the office of the National Disaster Management Organization to get the attention to what is currently happening in the Bagurugu community with regards to the Fulani herders in that particular area. But he said that that has not been very successful. And so yesterday when we went there, the people expressed worry and some kind of anger at the NADMO director, the deputy director of the NADMO, and then the office of the second lady.
Do we know, are there any specific reasons why they're targeting these two persons, Mr. Abu Ramadan and his sister, second lady Samira Baumia?
Well, according to the General Secretary, Alhaji Musa Bari, he said that they believe that these are their tribesmates, and they are looking up to them, really, and they feel that they can do more for now that their people are displaced. But the situation is very opposite. According to them, the second lady and then Abu Ramadan have not been helpful so far with this particular incident that happened to the Fulanis around the Bagurugu area.
We're watching some visuals, some of them disturbing, showing children who also look displaced. Tell us what the current situation is this morning in Bagurugu, even as this person, police are still searching for this person who allegedly attacked another herdsman 2 weeks after the first attack on the community.
Well, if you enter the Bagurugu community, it's a very calm community. You will not immediately notice the simmering tension between the locals there and then the Fulani herders. Unless you start speaking or engaging to the residents, especially those at the Fulani settlement. Because of the effort that were put in place since this particular incident, there seems to be some calm in the area. But the youth there are still, very, if you like, aggrieved, for the lack of better word, but there still seems to be some tension brewing between the locals there and then the Fulani. This is what we are told that the chiefs are now going to go to find out the root cause of this particular Fulani farmers and Fulani herders clash in that particular area. So as we speak, yesterday the signal that the police commander sent to the locals when he stormed the house of this particular alleged attacker. You see that part of the clip or the videos that the mother of this particular suspected attacker followed the police out, wailing and begging on behalf of his son. So it sent a strong message to the locals there that the police was going to take actions henceforth on anybody who launched attack on any Fulani man or anybody who carry out any criminal activities in that particular area. So as to speak, the place is relatively calm.
Thank you very much. Ilyasu is our Northern Region correspondent. Then let's now hear from the police commander who addressed the gathering before the attack was reported.
The district police commander at Karaga is making frantic efforts to get the victims of this crime arrested and bring them to face the full rigors of the law. On that note, we want to urge all our brothers and sisters who are Fulanis in the community of Bagurugu to remain calm and go about their normal duty without any fear or favor, as the regional command is making effort to get the visitors arrested to face the full rigors of the law. Thank you very much.
Let's move the conversation a bit further. Joining us on the phone is National Secretary of the International Fulani Welfare Group in Ghana, Alhaji Musa Bari. Thank you so much for joining the show this morning. And we've just heard from our correspondent on the ground about how this attack took place. What have you heard on the ground with regards to the welfare of your people 2 weeks after the community was attacked?
Thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers and your listeners at the same time. And it's unfortunate because for the past 2 weeks that we are on the ground with the chief executive and also the DNI, the district commander, the member of parliament, trying to calm knives down, and then we just came there yesterday for a relief item that's supposed to be done by the authority, the institution mandated. And we are there, and then another attack of our brother happens again. It's unfortunate. We are calling on the security to beef up their security around the area because people are really beefed already. They have been displaced. They are sleeping outside. We are women and children. And these people who committed this crime are still alive, being in their homes, sleeping in their rooms with their wives and children. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So I'm calling on the security to beef up their security around the area. We don't like to see any conflict around the northern sector. I think we have seen enough during this Gabon issue. And then God so kind, peace have come to the region, and we don't want this ethnic something to beef up again. So I'm calling on the national security, the head of security around the region, to beef up their security around the area.
We understand that you've been trying to reach the office of the Second Lady and also the Deputy NATMO coordinator, Mr. Abu Ramadan. How far with that? Yes.
Since the thing happened on Sunday, that was 25th of August. When this thing happened, we, after our that meeting with the security, promising everything will be done to these people, and we should calm them down because at that time the tension was high. So we were able to accept what the chief executive, that is Honorable Al Hassan Yamdu, and then Honorable Al Hassan Dandawa, who is the member of parliament for the area, and the former DC. We start, and then we promised that somebody is going to replace all these things back. But immediately, I told them, before even the sitting of our meeting, I will not sit until I see a confirmation from the NADMO that they are going to at least give them a temporary shelter, and which they accepted before even we concluded our meeting, assuring the people. The following, they have to go there with the district assembly NADMO to take measurement, and then number of people who were displaced, and we are able to come out at 276 people were displaced. And then they promised calling. From that day, we started calling the office of the NADMO That is, I have a personal number of Abu Ramadan, who happens to be a brother. Since 28th of August, I started calling him. He's not picking, even with text messages. And the MP twice was at the office. That is Honorable Al-Hassan Dandawa was in the office twice. I was in the north. He was not able to say because everything was that we have to reach the national office, which we did. And I talked to Alhaji Aminu, who happens to be in the office of the second lady. And I talked to her. She should at least talk to our sister that this is what is happening to us. She should at least order the brother to send us even relief items, what the regionals don't have. Up to date, he never responded. Till I speak to you yesterday, we never had anything from them. Although Nadmo brought some relief items like the mosquito net and some clothing. I mean, you could see in the view, when you view the pictures that we are seeing now, how can you use mosquito nets here? We needed something that can cover them. We the Fulanis, I really thank the Fulani communities across the country. They have done enough for these people. If I say enough, even a little, at this situation, if you bring even one city to somebody, you have really done enough. We have gathered the chiefs of Ghana, the Fulani chiefs of Ghana, some organization, Fulani organization like the Sudu Baba, like the Fulbe Africa. They have a lot of them that they donated food, clothing, and other things. You know, about 276 people are still sleeping outside. Yesterday at the representation, a storm just broke out. You could see women and children. Our sister, you are a woman. You are a woman. You have children. You sleep soundly, and these people are being outside here. I felt very bad.
All right, so Alhaji, let's look forward. So now you're waiting on NATMO to bring in some temporary shelter, which has not been done yet. You're also looking at ensuring that there's lasting peace in the area. We understand that the police has assured they are going to do that. But also on the very local community level, what are you doing with your group to ensure that you deal with the tension between community members and these herdsmen?
Yeah, yesterday, immediately after the incident that happened, we organized, the leadership organized, and we went and started with Tamalna, that is the community chief, the local community chief there. We put across him, we were about to drive straight to Yendi to let the overlord hear about it. But being that everything is processed, we have to see the local chief there, and we saw him. He really talked to us very, very well and assured us that the culprits will be held. So we give our assurance, we leave that word to him, we pick his word, and we are going to look upon that. And we are still coming, we are still meeting the regional crime officer this morning around 11 o'clock, and which we are going to put it across so that the regional commander will know what is happening over there.
Thank you very much for your time this morning, Alhaji. Musa Bari there is the National Secretary of the Fulani Welfare Group. We'll be following this story keenly and bring you all the updates you need to know on that.